It's Plymouth Regional High School football from the Zulius Field in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Today, the Plymouth Bobcats play host to the Kennett Eagles in a Division II playoff game. The Bobcats won their first playoff round game last week here against Merrimack Valley, an easy victory, 42-7. A lot of Bobcat kids got in the game, and it went running time in the second half. So an impressive win for the Bobcats. Today, it's a different opponent, the Kennett Eagles. They met earlier this year up at North Conway. The Bobcats came from behind in the fourth quarter with two touchdown drives and touchdown passes, and won by 1-20. So very evenly matched teams. The Bobcats were unbeaten. Kennett, of course, their only loss was that 21-20 loss a few weeks ago up there to the Bobcats. So we have a good crowd here today on a beautiful fall day. The sun's out, temperature probably pushing 60 degrees. Couldn't ask for a better day. So here with me today, who's going to be doing the play-by-play, and also will be sharing some stats with us, is marvelous Mike Courier from Plymouth Regional High School, filling in for Paul, the football Ferentz. So, Mike, what do you think about today's game?
I'd like you to call me marvelous from now on. What do I think today? I think it takes a village to win a football game, but we've got some kids that stand out offensively and defensively, and I want to just talk about that for a sec. Cody Bannon, who has come a long way from freshman year and had a great year last year, has really, I think, gone to the next level this year. His passing statistics, he's 17 for 32 with 458 yards and 8 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Cody is a senior captain this year, and he is a heck of a player, and today will be a real test for him and for everybody else. As far as the rushing for the team, the high rusher is Mr. Johnston, and the Cole has 15 carries for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. As far as the receiving end of things, on the other end of Cody Bannon's passes, we have Sanborn and Johnston again. And Sanborn had 6 receptions for 217 yards and 6 TDs. It looks like 6 catches, 6 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. And as far as Cole Johnston, he had 7 catches for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's kind of the offensive side. They've got a number of running backs, and a lot of these kids are looking pretty good. I was very impressed last week with what they did throughout the game. Today will be a real test for all of them, and we're going to need all of them to step up and do their part. Defensively, leading the pack is our boy Joey Dambrusco, and he's had 19 solo tackles, 11 assists for a 30 point total, and he's had 2.5 sacks, 3 breakups, and 1 fumble recovery. So he's been a busy guy on that side of the ball. Sean Griffiths, or Big Sean as he's been called since he was probably 4 years old, is playing his senior year. He's a captain as well, and he's a real talented guy and a real good person. He has had 22 solo tackles, 12 assists, and for a total of 34. And he also has had, let's see here, he's had, looks like 1 sack and 2 fumble recovers, so he's been busy as well. But that's it kind of for the highlight of the stats, and back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Mike. Going back over the season, the Bobcats have had some really big plays. You mentioned the rushing stats of Cole Johnston. I remember the opening game where the Bobcats were struggling against Timberlane, and Cole broke 97 yards in the first half of that game, and that really turned that game around. The Bobcats went from a 7-0 deficit and tied it up and actually went ahead at one point 16-7 and pulled that game out. And that was one, I think, of the bigger plays of the season, and it was certainly a big turning point in that game. They've also had a lot of success with a passing attack. 2 passes up in Conway led to touchdowns in that come-from-behind victory. And also, we've had some big passes to Trevor Sanborn this season. I know there was one down in the Guilford-Belmont game, which they won quite easily. So they can run, they can throw. pretty much a multiple offense. When you think of Bobcat football, you think run first, pass second. But this year, I think it's been almost pretty evenly divided at times. We can throw it, and so that's led to some explosive games with, like, for instance, last week against Merrimack Valley, against Kingswood. But this is a different opponent today. They're playing a solid Kennett team.
Yeah.
Mike, you're familiar with the Bobcat program over the years. Any comments about what you've seen and heard this year?
Well, I was just thinking about this game in itself. I mean, the only game that Kennett lost was to us 21-20, and we came back from a 20-7 deficit in the second half to win. So Kennett feels pretty confident that they can play with us, and certainly they feel they can beat us. On the other hand, you've got Plymouth that's come a long way from the very first game of the season. I mean, it's a screwy season. We've had shortened season, playing teams we don't normally play, different levels of competition, and I think that Plymouth and Kennett probably have tested each other more than any other team either team has played. So I look at today as really kind of it's a coin toss. I think that they've got two very good teams with a lot of, we got running backs, we got receivers, we got great defensive players, and I think it's going to be a real dogfight here, and I look forward to it.
Well, I mean, the playoffs obviously have started in Division II, and just to share with you, last night, Souhegan defeated Hollis Brookline 63-34. We're not too much defense in that game. And earlier today, Lebanon knocked off Bow 30-6. Timberlane won over St. Thomas via forfeit. So Timberlane will be moving forward because of that in the playoffs. And, of course, Lebanon and Souhegan will also move forward in the playoffs as we approach next week, and of course the winner of this game as well. So some interesting games down the road coming up as far as the Division II playoffs are concerned. And yeah, it is a very different season, Mike, than what we've seen in the past. Yeah,
I've been involved with the program for a number of years, and this program has, didn't really. They stumbled maybe a year after Coach Lenahan left, but Coach Sanborn and his guys have done a phenomenal job. I think that the winning of this game is going to come down to turnovers, but it will also come down to coaching decisions. And between Tom Lamb and Chris Sanborn, you got two of the very best coaches, I think, in the state. And that comes from my perspective, having worked with both of them. I think that they're great coaches. Kids love to play for them. Kids are well schooled into what to expect and how to respond to it. And it'll be interesting because this Kennett team is pretty talented. They got a good quarterback, some good receivers and running backs, and they'll be testing Plymouth the whole game.
You made the comment about coaching. Before the season started, Max Preps came out with the top coaches in the country per state, and New Hampshire's was Chris Sanborn, which was kind of exciting because that's not just Division II, that's all of New Hampshire. Yeah. So they had a nice write-up on him, and I certainly would agree with you. They certainly have the ability at certain points in the game to dial up the right play as we go back to some state championship games and regular season games. Again, that Cole Johnson run in that Timberlane game was a key call. They seem to make that call when they need to.
So we've had the coin toss, and it looks like Plymouth will be receiving. And here we go.
So we should be hearing the Plymouth Bobcat Pep Band play the national anthem here in just a second here as both teams go to the sideline. So the Bobcat Pep Band and the national anthem. Under the direction of Mr. William Gunn. side of the field. The Bobcats will be going from right to left, and Kennett will be going from left to right as both teams are getting ready to go for the opening kickoff.
I was thinking of a way, Tim, to let people know which way they're going. I would say Plymouth is heading towards Walmart, and Kennett's going towards downtown. So
Okay.
Well,
and the way the Plymouth passing attack's gone this year, the receivers may end up in the Walmart parking lot.
well, there's no wind out there, which is key. There should not be any obstacles with throwing the football other than the other team. So I think that we're going to see a big mix from Coach Sanborn. He's always got special situations, special plays, as well as the defense with Coach Lamb. And they're going to be adjusting to what they see on the other side of the ball, offensively and defensively.
So listen, we're about ready for the opening kickoff, and we're going to turn it to Mike Courier for play-by-play. I'll be making comments throughout as well. Both teams are set for the opening kickoff, Mike.
Okay, receivers are back about the 20-yard line. The ball, it's a squib kick. And the ball is taken by Cole Johnson, and he's breaking outside. He got caught. He had some clear sailing there, but he is down about the 45-yard line of Plymouth.
That's great field position for the Bobcat offense at their own 45. You couldn't ask for better than that. So we'll see what the Bobcat offense comes out with here in this opening series.
Yeah, and they're setting up at it looks like the 44-yard line on the left hash mark.
So the Bobcats up at Kennett had some good success with the passing game. Again, 2 touchdown passes in that fourth quarter turned that game around.
Okay, so we're split right with the wide receiver. It's quarterback keep over the right tackle. Picks up maybe 3.
That was Cody Bannon, and Bannon is a multiple threat in the sense he certainly can throw the ball, but he also can run it. Last year, he was a big weapon as far as the offense and his running ability. This year, they've divided that up a little more all around.
I would say one thing that Kennett certainly has going for them is size. I mean, they have a defensive line and an offensive line that is well into the 200s, probably like 235, 240. We're split right with Sanborn to the right. It is a balanced backfield. We've got 33. That's Charlie Como around the right side.
It looks like he got a first down on that, or he's close. We'll see what first down, Mike.
Like football Paul Ferentz would say, they're moving the chains.
And we're thinking of you, Paul. I'm sure you're tuning in. So the Bobcats, good series there in that first series. First down, basically staying on the ground.
So we're on the 45-yard line of Kennett, and on the right hash mark, we've got Sanborn split to the left, wide, and we look like we're in that balanced backfield. He's back to pass. He's getting a lot of pressure rolling out. He's going to keep the ball, and he gets sacked for about a half-yard loss. Looked like they only had one man out on the pattern, and he was covered pretty well. So,
well, I'm sure at Kennett, after being burned earlier in the year, they probably spent some time scouting and preparing for the Bobcat passing attack because they certainly were outstanding in that fourth quarter and coming from behind to win that game.
Yeah, I'm seeing who they have. Looks like they have number 18 covering him, which they're going to put their best person on him. Split to the right. We're in a split backfield, single back. Hand off to the fullback, and he gets up to about the 45-yard line. Gain of a little less than 1. So we're looking at third down and 9. Kennett is pursuing pretty hard, and they may be able to take advantage of a screen pass or something like that. We'll see what they do, but I think that it's something they can certainly try to see what happens.
So the Bobcats, they may go to the air here. We'll see.
Sanborn split far to the right, and we got a balanced backfield, single man in the backfield, fullback. And we got a man open, but is overthrown.
He was there, just overthrown, but he had an open receiver down the middle of the field.
Yeah. So now it's going to be fourth down, and they're going to punt, and hopefully we can take advantages from field position here. Don't put it in the end zone, but get it inside the 10, and then they can go from there.
So the Bobcats, short drive, they get a first down out of it, got the ball inside Kennett territory, and again, hopefully they can get it inside the red zone down around the 10-yard line and pin the Eagles deep.
And the kick is not a good kick at all. It went out of bounds, probably about the 22 or 23-yard line. Yeah, they're going to spot it's going to be first and 10 for Kennett on the 24.
So this will be Kennett's first time with the ball. They basically ran the ball most of the game and had some success with that, particularly in the first half up at Kennett a few weeks ago. So we'll see what they do today.
Well, when you have a team that's got an offensive line that size, they can just pound it at you all day long. And depending on how the Bobcats respond to that, they may not have to throw a whole lot if they're able to do that, but we'll see what happens. Quarterback under center, single back, motion, left. It's an end sweep, number 44. He's wrapped up with about a couple-yard gain.
The Bobcats defense stayed at home on that, and he got about 2 yards. Be 2nd and 8, Mike.
Yeah. I believe that was Kyle Perry with the run on that, number 44. So we're looking at 2nd down and 8. They got split left and split right, single receiver, 2 receivers to the left. They're in the shotgun formation. And the handoff covered pretty well. The handoff was kind of a trap play. And we had on the tackle, it looks like we had 32, looks like Charlie Como was in there on the tackle. So we're looking at a 3rd and about 6.
So this first big defensive play for Plymouth. If they can hold here, they should get good field position. We'll see what they can do, but again, if they can hold here, they're probably going to get the ball back in the midfield area or similar to where they had it before.
So they're spread out now with their twins right and twins left, quarterback and 1 back blocking the backfield. Motion 44, motioning to the left. Pass being thrown long, it's overthrown and incomplete. Pretty good coverage on that. I'm trying to see the number of the player here. I think that was Cody Bannon. Did a nice job staying with him.
So, Mike, that was a good series. The Bobcat defense held them to no first down.
Yeah, let me correct that. It wasn't Cody Bannon. It was number 14, who is Colby Cross. And Colby's had a very good season this year. He had a great game last week, and he's done very well.
So I can't tell who's back deep for the Bobcats. It might be Dylan Welch. I'm not sure.
Ooh, almost blocked that. Might have gotten a hand on it. It comes down at the 50, and it's going to be Bobcat ball, a good field position. They're going to be on their 41-yard line. And Calvin Swanson was the man back for the punt and wisely let it go. I know Coach Boyle really he gets the kids thinking in terms of when to grab the ball and when not to. And when the ball is on the ground like that, you want to stay away.
Yeah, that ball got a pretty good Kennett bounce after it hit. But the Bobcats put a lot of pressure on that punter. So, again, pretty good field position for their second series here.
Yeah, on the 39. We're on the Plymouth 39, middle of the field. Sanborn is split right. We've got the single back, motion right, handoff for, looks like number 28, who is Dylan Welsh. Picks up probably, looks like about 5, maybe 6 yards on this one.
Dylan Welch had a couple big runs last week in the game against Merrimack Valley. Has explosive speed, and sometimes is back for the kickoffs and punts.
And he's only a sophomore, which is a good thing for Plymouth.
Well, when you look at Cody Bannon, he started as a sophomore and
Yep.
certainly has been an outstanding investment at the quarterback position.
Yep. Sanborn split to the left. We're on the right hash, looking at a 800 formation, which is, and they ran a counter with Joe Dambrusco, and he's stacked up for no gain.
So probably going to be up 3rd and 4 here. We got just over 6 minutes remaining in the first period.
You know, he's got some good backs that have good hands, and, you know, even to throw like a swing pass of some sort or something short at this point to give the guy a chance to run out in the open a little bit might be a good call here. I know with this Kennett team, you're going to have to get rid of the ball quick because they put a lot of pressure on very quickly.
So this, I guess you could say it's one of the early bigger plays of the game, midway through the first period with the ball, pretty good field position. So kind of a first early big play for the Bobcat offense.
Okay, so we're split wide to the left. Got a full backfield. Bannon under center, dropping back to pass. Over the middle. No flag. That was.
I wondered, you look like he might have been touched, but they let it go.
Yeah. Colby Cross was the intended receiver. He got tripped up, but it probably was after the ball had kind of just gone by him a little bit. So it was he was led a little bit too much. But again, like we said earlier, this is going to be a heck of a game because we've got two very good teams with good athletes on both sides of the ball. I'm very motivated to win. So
and also a long-term rivalry as well. They've
yeah.
played each other for years.
Yeah, even back in the old days when they invented the wheel, and when I played, Kennett was always a good team to play. And punt off down to the 15-yard line, and number 7 returning is taken down after about a 5 or 6 yard return. That's Noah Barrows, a senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds.
Good coverage by the Bobcat punt team, and a pretty good punt there. They got them still back around the 20, which is about where they were last time they had the ball. So we'll see what the Bobcat defense can do this time around.
Well, if they can create a problem here with an interception or a fumble or something, this could be a turnaround for them because it really is going to come down to whoever turns the ball over. 44 with a sweep, and they are all over him. He lost about 2 or 3 yards on that. The welcoming party was Joe D'Ambruso, and let's see, I think Swanson was over there, and I think Cole Johnston was there as well.
Yeah, he lost 2, maybe 3 yards on that.
They're 3 really great guys, nice guys, but I wouldn't want them tackling me. So we got double wide split out with Kennett. Quarterback is in the shotgun with 1 back, 2 slots. It's a running play up the middle. Pretty good running play. Probably picked up 5 yards maybe on that. So it'll be 3rd down and probably 8. Plymouth's coming up quick to fill the holes. Looking good. It's obvious, too, the way they've handled the sweep and some other things, that they are well prepared for this. And no doubt, Coach Sambo and Coach Lamb have got these kids prepared to know what to expect when they see a formation. We got trips right now on 3rd down and split to the left. Quarterback's the only one in the backfield. We got motion coming. And he is sacked.
We got a flag.
There's a flag on the play, but I'll tell you, they...
I'm wondering if that's a face mask.
Kind of hoping somebody's holding on Kennett's team, but it was raining Bobcats on that one, I'll tell you. They were all over him. Cole Johnston Sean, Big Sean Griffith.
I think it's a face mask.
Yeah.
So too bad. That was a great defensive play, and it really, I'm not sure what they're.
It's a 5-yard. I think it's unintentional, inadvertent, so you got to call it, but it's not like a 15-yard where it was intentional. So we're looking at basically the same situation here. So
yeah.
they just got an extra play. So they're coming out with their double wide, double slot, one back to block in the backfield, and the quarterback is in the shotgun. Quarterback's back to pass. He's taken off. He's getting caught and dragged down again. This time it's by number 84. Trevin Sanborn with a big tackle.
Yeah, he's going to be about 4 yards short of a first down, so the Bobcat D holds again. It's been 2 3-and-outs for the Kennett offense.
Yeah. So this is looking like a defensive battle so far. And both teams are up to the task at this minute, but we'll see what can happen. Maybe we'll get a bad snap here or something that'll give us a little something. No.
Whoa.
Punts up very close to being blocked by Cole Johnston. Ball is caught on the 37 and fumbled out of bounds, fortunately. That was Dylan Welsh on the return. He's got some good moves. The kid goes laterally pretty well and good speed, but he got that arm pulled on him, and the ball popped out. Unfortunately, it went out of bounds. So it's going to be Plymouth ball. 1st and 10 from Plymouth's, looks like the 42.
And the Bobcats have gone to the air a few times so far, and they've just missed on a couple of those, Mike. And I think it's one point here, something's going to open up big. Yeah. They've had a lot of success with that passing game this year.
Yeah. Well, I think they're getting a lot of pressure from the inside, and I think if they were to maybe roll out and try to do something that way where Cody had the option of running or throwing, it might be helpful. We're a single back, motion to the right, and it's full back up the middle, and he gets stuffed. So I would say no gain on that. We're looking at 2nd and 10.
And we're just under 3 minutes. Been a fast-moving first period. And we've got really here a 2nd and about 10. Good crowd on hand here today. A lot of people down on the banks on this side of the field for the Bobcats. And actually a fair number of people over on the Kennett side as well. So a good turnout for today's game.
Okay, Sanborn split to the right. Cole Johnson in the slot, single back. Cody under center. Motion Charlie Como to the right. Straight ahead with the fullback again. And I believe that's D'Ambruso, and he picks up about 6, maybe 7.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 3, maybe 4 here. Another one of those big plays. The Bobcats got the ball around midfield or close to midfield. So we'll see what they can do, but this is good field position if they can keep this drive moving.
Trevin Sanborn split far to the right. We're tight end, double tights. Bannon keeps the ball on a keeper. He gets tripped up, and he's down short of the first down.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get it, and all of a sudden at the last second it was tripped. But I guess I wonder what they'll do here because it's a 4th and maybe 1.5 yards. I wonder if they're going to give it a shot, or they've had the advantage in the field position game. So,
yeah, and I'm wondering here too. I mean, it's you'd like to keep field position. It looks like they're not going to punt here at the 50. Wouldn't be surprised if you saw a sneak on first sound with Bannon. They're lining up. It's split left, double tights, 800 formation, and Bannon's coming around the corner. He's going to have the first down and more.
Big first down, Mike. Probably the first big offensive play of the game.
Yeah. Inside Kennett territory now. They're at the 40, looks like the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 on the left hash. And I think that, Cody is double threat. He can throw the football and he can run the football, and I think that they get him rolling out a little bit more. I think that's going to open up some opportunities. The kids from Kennett are big, but when you're big, you're not always that quick and fast, and I think that the ability to pursue is probably not going to be as strong, and that's why probably rolling out would be a good idea. We're split right, motion to the right, and it tried to speed sweep, didn't go anywhere. Speed sweep didn't go anywhere. Got strung out, and tackle was made, and maybe lost half a yard, looks like, or a yard. So we'll be looking at 2nd and 11.
The Kennett defense has reacted pretty well to some of those outside sweeps, at least so far.
Yeah. Well, they're well coached. It's a good coaching staff up there. And they're going to be, as Plymouth is, they sit down and do a lot of film work and take a look at what the tendencies and what the percentages are of plays that are run. And that really kind of sets up your game plan for the week to prepare for.
And by the way, that ended the first period. As we're going to a new 12-minute segment here, both teams have come to their sideline to talk with their coaches. No score. Bobcats have the ball just inside Kennett territory on the 45. So they'll be switching ends here. So if the Bobcats now will be going towards downtown.
Let's hope they can take it downtown for 6.
Yeah. So fairly even first period. The Bobcats had more success offensively by picking up a couple first downs. They pretty much shut the Kennett offense down to some 3-and-outs. So the Bobcat defense looked really strong so far today.
Yeah. And I think that that's what's happening is both defenses are not giving the offense time for plays to evolve and develop. They can't really throw the ball too long because they don't have the time, and if they're going to throw it, they throw it sooner than they should. So I think the defenses right now are the ones really doing battle, and they're not giving the offense time to really have anything develop. Okay, so we're looking at 2nd down and 11. On the 47 of Kennett, we got split far right, tight end. I'm sorry, left. And here comes, okay, looks like a little bit of a gain. Probably picked up 2, maybe 3 yards.
We have a 3rd and 9, maybe 3rd and 8. And they got the ball at the Kennett 42. So I don't know if you would call this 2-down territory or not at this point.
Well, they went for it around the 50-yard line, so I would think they might want to as well, but that will depend, too, on this play. If they can gain some yardage where it's a short distance, perhaps, but then otherwise they just may kick the football and try to take advantage of field position.
Mm-hmm.
Caden Sanborn, sophomore, is our center, doing a phenomenal job this year, brother of Trevin. We are split to the right, motion left, straight handoff to the fullback up the middle, and he went for a first down.
He just kept on piling through there. Great
that was
run.
Ian Trider, I believe.
And I think that's the first time he's carried the ball.
It is today, but Ian, it's funny. He lost a fair amount of weight, but I'll tell you what, determination, strength, and smarts get that kid down the field. He had a great run. That was just nothing but power. So we're looking at 1st and 10 from the Kennett 32. And timeout's being called by Coach Sanborn.
And one of the things we didn't talk about in the pregame is now the Bobcats with the ball around the 30-yard line is they have a weapon in their kicking game with Fogarty, who has been very successful with the extra points, and that was how they won the game up at Kennett. They were 3 for 3 on that. Yeah. But if they get the ball down fairly deep and have a 4th down play, which, maybe at the 10 or 12, they have a weapon if they want to use them.
Yeah, and I think, Will has worked hard in the off-season, lifting and whatnot. He's also, I believe he's a 3-sport athlete, great student, great kid. Both parents teach here. And I think that he's got a college foot. I mean, I could see him in the next, after his senior year, he could go someplace and kick the football. I don't know exactly what level, but definitely at the college level.
They've been amazing with developing kickers. Of course, we remember the success Jeff Beckley had after he left Plymouth. But, their kicking game, I mean, Division I schools and high school don't have the kicking games that Plymouth has had. It's been pretty amazing how successful they've been and how consistent over the years.
And we had Kyle Underwood at one time. We beat Sauhegan
On a free kick.
on a free kick, which I think they're still trying to figure it out in Sauhegan, but, which was pretty phenomenal.
And if everything goes well for the Bobcats, they might see them again in these playoffs.
1st and 10, we're split to the left, wide, single back, motion, fullback up the middle again. Looks like he may have picked up a couple. I think the philosophy here offensively is to run at them because we definitely are probably quicker than them, even though the boys up front for Kennett are big. But a lot of times with that, you run right at somebody and just try to pound through it. And if you can break it, then you're off to the races. Kennett defense is the deepest people are only about 8 or 9 yards off the line of scrimmage. So they've got plenty in the box. Now we got Cole Johnston, who's jet sweep left. He's fighting through, pulling down. It looks like he's going to have a first down. He kind of cut that up inside. It looked like he might have been able to go outside a little bit and would have had some more running room. But regardless, he looking to see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 1. Interesting call here with the short yardage. Might be a place to throw the ball. It'd be a surprise. They've had some success, obviously, running the ball in this last series, but Chris Sanborn's not beyond throwing the ball or throwing a surprise play at you.
No, and the thing is, they're moving the ball on the ground a little bit. It's a short yard. I think if they should get the first down, and then they have even more options. But I think that we might see a pass, but we're split far to the right. Motion to the right. Cody is back to pass, and he completes the pass to 44, Cole Johnston, and Cole went down pretty hard. He had his legs taken out from under him. He went up into the air for the reception, and his legs were cut out from underneath. But it's a 1st and 10. So
actually, that was a harder than 5 yards.
It was, yeah. And I mean, and Cole is a man-child. That kid has got great size, great speed, great kid, strong and tough. So he took a pretty good hit on that one.
So I think they're trying to see. They're down around the 20 or a little inside the 20 at this point of Kennett. Nice drive so far, Mike.
Okay. So 1st and 10, we're split wide to the left. We got tight end right, slots, motion with D'Ambruso. Number 19, he's going around the corner, but with another cut, he cuts up. He's got pretty good yardage on that. They were stringing it out, but fortunately the kids held the blocks, and Joe was able to get around the corner and get upfield for a pretty good gain, I think. It looks like
about 5 yards.
5 yards, yeah.
So the ball's down around, I think trying to see 13 maybe.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the 14-yard line on the left hash heading towards the town of Plymouth.
And you're getting down in that territory where if they had to go field goal, they're probably getting in range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, in the red zone for sure. And we're going to be looking at double tights, and it's a 200 formation. And Bannon rolls left, and he's got somebody open in the end zone.
Oh, beautiful play. Beautiful
he
play.
Threw a flag pass back to the corner with Trevin Sanborn, and it was beautiful. They had it set up going right. And when I say 200 formation, they have a wing on the right, they have a halfback on the right, and a fullback behind the quarterback. So what Cody did is he made the fake to the fullback and then bootlegged to the left. And Trevin had some room. He had people around him, but he had some room, and Cody was able to put it in there for the touchdown. It was a great play and great call.
So this is the all-important extra point, which has been so key for the Bobcats over the years.
It's up, and it is.
Looks good.
Good.
So, Bobcats 7, Kennett nothing. We're around the 7-minute mark left in this second period, the first half. That was a beautiful drive by the Bobcats. They have moved the ball some, but they put several first downs together and took some time off the clock, Mike.
Yeah. Well, they're running the ball fairly well. I mean, they're not getting the big breaks, the big runs, but they're at least they're pounding out 3, 4, 5, and 6 yard runs, and that'll feed you. That'll feed you for the whole game. You can win like that. So
that run by Ian Trider, I think, was one of the key runs because he didn't look like he was held to a yard, and he picked up several.
Yeah. I think all those were earned through a lot of a tough situation. Cole's catch where he had the legs out from under him, Trider's run, and Johnston's run towards the Kennett side where he broke through and dragged about 3 or 4 people with him. So the kids are playing tough. Plymouth's going to be kicking off, and we've got our Will the Foot Fogarty. And Will has been putting the ball inside the 5 yard line or into the end zone all year long. And it's great to have them start as far back as possible because it's further they got to go for a touchdown. So we'll see what Will does now, but don't expect much different than what he's been doing.
No, he's been amazing.
And it's up. And it's back behind, through the end zone, through the end zone.
And the Kennett receiver just kept going back and back, and it went over his head.
I don't think they scouted our kicking game because those Kennett kids were about on the 15 maybe or 20-yard line, and that ball hit, I think, around the 5 and went into the end zone. So.
And that's just such a great weapon because Kennett starts at the 20 again.
Yeah. Well, field position is critical in any game. You can keep people pinned down where they've got to be using selective plays that don't take a lot of risk. It puts you in the driver's seat, so to speak. Now we're looking at twins right, split left, shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback, and a handoff to number 3, cutting across. I think he might have picked up a couple yards.
He got about 5 on that. To show how effective the Plymouth defense has been today, that's probably been one of their best running plays.
Yeah, you're right. You have better eyes than I do, Tim. We're not really in an eagle's nest here. It's a little far from the field, so it's hard to see in numbers sometimes and where the people go through what holes. But we've got double tights, double wings, single back, quarterbacks under the center. 2nd and 5, and it's an inside.
They had that nailed.
Inside trap, and Cole Johnston was there to welcome him about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. That was no surprise to anybody.
So it's going to be 3rd and long again, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, well, we got to keep pressuring this quarterback because he does throw the ball well. I was watching him during warm-ups, and he throws a good ball. And his specialty, really, from what I saw, were like the quick outs and the hooks and things like that. We're twins right, twins left, single back with the quarterback in the shotgun formation. 3rd and 5, he drops back, and he's trying to run. He gets dragged down. Cole Johnston, the man for the moment.
And, Mike, that's happened several times where he's dropped back and then tried to run, and they have nailed him.
I take that back, Tim. That was Sean Griffith. Yeah, I misquoted. I saw a 4, and there was a 7 in front of it. So,
but anyway, their defense, they've dropped back, and a few times the QB has tried to run out of that, and they've, prevented it from happening.
Yeah. So back to punt about the 10-yard line, kicking from their 25. We have Dylan Welsh, number 28, back at our 40-yard line. Again, a terrible punt. It was really rushed and pressured, and there were 3 Bobcats that were beaten down the door, almost had a block on that. That's 3 times now that we've had people that, with another 6 inches, they would have blocked the punt. And the punt was not real good. It went from the 25 to just shy of the 50-yard line of Kennett. So Plymouth's going to take over, and Kennett's 40, looks like the 45 or 44-yard line.
Yeah, good field position.
Great field position. And sometimes when things like this happen, you'll see Mr. Sanborn go for all the marbles. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, they certainly have the ability to do that with the weapons that they have had all year. But that last drive, a lot of it was that hard running that they had.
Yeah.
Those 2 or 3 plays.
Absolutely. We're split. Trevin Sanborn split to the left. We've got two wings, single back, fullback, quarterback under the center, motion coming this way. And we run our counter with Cole Johnston, who breaks through, and he's got about
fumble on that.
Fumble on the play. Well, he had a great run going, and sometimes when you try to get that extra yard, you get a little careless with the ball, and somebody's swinging and trying. The kids are taught to pop that ball out. So there was a fumble on that. So now Kennett's got the ball back, and they're on their 34-yard line.
So first turnover of the game, and we'll see if Kennett can do anything with it.
Kennett's coming out with twins left, split right, shotgun formation, single back blocking. And this is a short gain off right tackle. And again, it's hard to see who are the players in there making the tackles. We know that Sean Griffith's right in the middle of it, and we've got a couple other guys that are in the pile too, but it's kind of difficult to pick out the numbers, so we apologize for not being able to give recognition where it's due. So a pickup about 2. It's looking at 2nd and 8.
And this quarter's moving fast, Mike. We're down to 4.5 minutes.
Okay. So we're twins to the left, to our right, split right, and 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback in the shotgun. Second down, he's back to pass. He's trying to run out of that again, and now he's throwing to a man downfield, but he's overthrown him. Cody Bannon right in his hip pocket, and I think the receiver got a hand on it, but it was not a hand that could really, do anything with that ball, so it was overthrown. I think good pressure by the defensive line, and now we're looking at 3rd down and about 8 or 7.
So see if the Bobcats can again make that big defensive play. I don't believe they've allowed a first down in this first half.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you one thing. I don't think you'll see them fumble again because they've had 2 fumbles already, and I know how Sanborn gets when that happens, and it's not pretty. So we got twins to the left, motion from the right, coming across, straight ahead with the fullback who is not going to get the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 3.
So about the 40-yard line, so the Bobcats will probably maybe get field position back around their own 30, depending on the punt.
It looks like the punt team is coming in, making the switches off the sidelines. We got Dylan Welsh back around the 30-yard line. Kicker from Kennett is kicking from the 25. And let's see where the pressure, looks like the pressure is going to come from to Kennett's right, Plymouth's left.
And they've been close on a couple of these.
Yeah. Oh, that was
close.
It was. That's just a getaway right there. The ball's down.
They got a real good bounce
got
on
a little
that.
bounce inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Wasn't a great kick, but again, it got that good bounce.
Yeah, the Bobcats have been on that punter a couple of times, and that was close. So they're going to have to start deep in their own territory at their own 19. Be nice to see them go back to that power running game they had some success with, especially where they are in the field.
Yeah, and they've got to hang on to the ball. I mean, it all comes down to that. You can't be giving the ball up and expect to win a game. So they've certainly got the ability to hang on to that thing. And I think right now they're probably going to be deathly afraid to be loose with it because Coach Sanborn's going to be the one to answer them. They're going to have to answer to. So we're split wide to our right, tight end left, and we're in a split backfield with a quarterback under center. Motion this way. It looks like another fumble. Cole Johnston had that, and
I haven't seen a signal on who recovered that.
Yeah,
he may have been down.
Yeah,
because they're not signaling anything at this point. Well, no, he must have been down because I don't see a signal at all. Bobcat offense is
Thank you, Jesus.
still on the field. Yeah, Coach Sanborn is not going to be happy now.
Nope. So we're looking no gain, and again they're pretty good on defense against that sweep.
Yeah, the Bobcats can't afford to put the ball on the ground because, again, it's only a one-score game at this point as well.
Okay, and we're split wide to the right, tight end left, split backs. Cody's in the shotgun formation. We have motion coming. Cody's keeping the ball going up the middle for a short gain. Looks like looks like it's
3rd and about 7.
3rd and about 7 coming up.
We're down to 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes. It would be nice if they could get a first down here and keep possession so they don't give the ball back to the Kennett offense.
Yeah, and Kennett's going to have the ball in the second half.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to put another one on the board right now. They go into a 2-minute offense.
And if they have to punt from this territory, Kennett will get good field position.
Mm-hmm. So we've got split right, a 200 formation. Bannon's back, ball's blocked, but it was caught by Joe D'Ambrusco.
Little bit of luck there, but nice catch, and he got a first down out of it.
It was tipped. That was Hail Mary.
That's a big play because now they will have the ball to the end of the half if they hold on to it. Down to 1 minute and 20 seconds or so.
Okay, we're looking at split left with Trevin Sanborn.
So it'll be interesting to see if the Bobcats just keep it on the ground and go into the halftime, or make an attempt to throw.
I think they're going to. Well, they've gone to tight formation 800, which is to the left. That was fullback straight ahead, strong side fullback, and a pickup maybe of 3 or 4.
We got a timeout. Bobcat timeout. So obviously they're going to talk it over with maybe a little under 50 seconds or about 50 seconds.
So we're looking at second and between 6 and 7 yards.
So, Mike, do you think they should run it out, or?
Well, I think they should call plays that are going to keep the ball safely in their hands. And I think at the very, very end, if he wants to throw the ball downfield or whatever, when there's not a lot of time left, would be fine. And there isn't a lot of time left. We're under a minute. I think 53.5 seconds. Yeah. Protect the ball is the most important thing based on what's been happening earlier today. So it might be worth that. Or at least put Cody in a position where he's moving and he can either throw the ball away or get out of bounds or whatever it takes. But Chris will probably try to run the clock out at this point, I think.
Okay, this is a second down, so they've got a couple of downs.
Coming out, we've got Trevin Sanborn split to the left. We've got 2 wings and a fullback. Cody's under center. He's back to pass. Right down the middle. Well, it was into double coverage, and they had one guy even underneath, so there was no trickery there. So we're looking at 3rd down.
So if they don't convert on this, they will have to punt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they've got an arsenal of plays, and I'm sure that Coach Sanborn does not want to open some of those things up just yet, maybe. But there are some different plays they have that have been very successful over the years, and I know they've got them in their repertoire, so we'll see what happens here. Trevin Sanborn going out wide to the left, tight end right. Cody's under center. We got a full backfield to the left. And it's Bannon's throwing long for, oh boy, I think we're going to see, they're not calling a flag on that.
I don't know.
No flag, huh? Well, you know what? Trevin was knocked down. They ran into each other. Maybe they just got the feet tied up or something, but there was no flag on it. Trevin.
There's a flag. I think there's a flag back here at the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure. It's picking it up now.
That's the marker for the center.
Okay, that's the marker.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're back to punt. There's looks like 40 seconds
left
in the game. So he needs to get this thing out of here. They're going to. They got their guy back to 30-yard line. Cole Johnston is kicking from our 20, And he gets it off, but
Nice
there was
kick.
a little bit of pressure, so let's see how it goes.
It's going to go.
Ball is inside the
low.
25, down to about the 23, so pretty good shape. We can probably expect 4 wide receivers and throwing the football at this point because they have nothing to lose with this much time left in the half. There's not much. So Kennett ball, first down and 10.
We haven't seen Kennett do too much going to the air so far as far as having any success.
No, they haven't, but they've got the horses. I mean, I've seen the receivers out there pretty good. Their backs catch the ball well. So they're coming out with their double right, double left, twins both ways. Quarterback's in the shotgun with one back to block.
Right.
Plymouth's got a rush on. Good rush. He's trying to run now, and he skid and slid down after about maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain.
And that took a few seconds. We're down to 22 seconds. And Kennett has called a timeout.
Yeah.
So it looks like they have an intent to try to move this ball in the last 22 seconds if they can.
Yeah, they got nothing to lose, and they got the athletes that can put points on the board. So any given moment, somebody falls down in the defensive backfield, and somebody's open, and you never know. But I would say that the Plymouth defensive line is really putting a lot of pressure, and the linebackers, a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I don't think he's really had any time to sit back, set up, and throw. He's had to run out of that in fear of his life a couple of times, and the Plymouth kids are doing a great job. They're following their cues and their reads. They're not making mistakes so far, and I hope I don't have to knock on wood. But they're playing a pretty good game right now. And I think we're seeing what we kind of expected for a ball game. It's a dogfight, and it's tough. And
low scoring and close.
Yeah.
And they, again, have held Kennett to my knowledge, no first downs.
Yeah. Okay, they got twins right, twins left. Single back blocking for the quarterback who's in the shotgun. We got the snap. Quarterback steps back. He's being pursued. He's throwing the ball to the sideline. Overthrows it. But Charlie Coleman was right there on his inside pocket and well covered. So we're looking at
third down.
Third down it should be, yep. Maybe we get a flag or something? Or
I didn't see one, but evidently there's a call against Kennett. He was pointing that way. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I didn't see any hand signals. Hopefully we'll see something.
I didn't see a flag, but they're moving the ball back.
Could have been a holding.
Yeah.
The quarterback's getting a lot of pressure, and linemen do the best they can, and sometimes they grab onto some jersey because they don't want to give up that sack.
So this may change what they call here. Their own 15-yard line, they may want to try to just run the clock out at this point.
Yeah. We got twins right, twins left. We got motion coming this way to the left. The quarterback's back. He's throwing the ball. Overthrown again, and the receiver was double covered.
So this is going to be a third down with, I'm still trying to read the clock, seconds left.
Isn't it fourth? Wasn't that third down?
Well, because there was a penalty, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
I think I'm reading about 8 seconds. You may have a better angle on that, Mike.
Yeah. It's under 10 seconds because I see a 0 somewhere there. So
this may be the last play.
Yeah. And Plymouth's defense, the secondary has dropped back. They're like 20 some odd yards back. Nothing's going to get behind them.
Yeah.
And they're just running a running play, which is probably their biggest running play of the game, but they go nowhere.
I think, did Plymouth call a timeout there? They may make them punt.
Yeah, well, it's I believe it looks like 2 seconds left.
Yeah, the whistle blew, and I think the Bobcats called the time. They did. They just motioned it, which is a smart move. They're going to make them punt.
Yeah.
And so they get the chance to try to block that punt
Yep.
or get the chance to make a return unless Kingswood decides to just run a play, which,
Kingswood?
excuse me, Kennett. They both start with K.
I know. And they have their big game at the end of the season usually. They couldn't this year, unfortunately, with COVID going on. But now Plymouth's been close to putting a hand on the football and the punts every time probably, except maybe one.
Well, when you really think about it, they might be better off just running a play because the clock will run out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was Coach Sanborn's third timeout, which you get 3 to a half. So he has no more there. But you can see he's got his Bobcats spread out down the field. No one's going to get behind them.
Yeah, they're going to run. They didn't even put a punter back.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah.
And this is a wise decision. They're going to throw it.
They dropped back, took a knee to run the timeout.
Yeah.
So smart move. Heck of a first half, though.
Yeah. Good half. Plymouth Bobcats 7, and the Kennett Eagles nothing. Bobcats defense, great first half. Didn't allow much of anything defensively. Didn't allow first down. Pretty much contained the Kennett offense throughout the half. Put together one nice drive, culminated with a touchdown pass to Trevin Sanborn. Had some nice hard runs during that drive. We've had a couple other drives where they moved the ball for a first down or two. So the Bobcats I would say, have had control so far.
Yeah, and the thing is, they had the fumbles that killed them, because when Cole was doing the speed sweep, he was getting downfield.
Yeah,
and we were actually moving the ball, and I think that had that not happened, we may have pounded in another one. And again, it's like we said earlier, that it really comes down to turnovers, and whoever makes the most turnovers in the most critical situations is going to lose the game.
So this second half, where the Bobcats kick off, that first series will be a big series.
Yeah. I mean, Kennett's going to come out and try to get established. And I'm surprised that they're not running the ball at Plymouth as much. I mean, they're running sweep and traps and things like that, which take time to develop. And against a team that's smaller and quicker than you, it's kind of hard to pull those plays off. Yeah. I mean, straight ahead drives would probably do much better. They have good-sized running backs. They got a quarterback that can run, and they got big guys on the line. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went to that. But I believe the Kennett coach may want to put some points on the board pretty quick, and may not want to be patient around that stuff. But we'll see what happens.
So, folks, we're going to be back for the second half in a couple minutes. Again, Bobcats 7 and Kennett nothing at the end of the first half. Field for our playoff game here with the Bobcats and Kennett. Plymouth leads 7-0, and we're going to be starting the second half in a minute. Comments from Mike Courier. Mike, what do you think so far?
Well, I think we're getting exactly what we thought we were going to get, and fortunately, Plymouth's on the top of that. So I think it's going to be smash mouth football in the second half. Again, Plymouth, if they can hang on to the football and just pound the ball, they're going to be okay. And then the passing will come from time to time. So I think if they just don't turn the ball over, they're in good shape. Their defense is playing well. And we haven't really seen Kennett open up throwing the football, which, they've got some good receivers. But we did notice that number 4, who is Cole Salyards, is a good running back, 6 foot, 185 pounds, and evidently he is on the sideline right now. We thought we saw him in the beginning for a play, but hasn't been in the game since. So that's unfortunate for Kennett, but that certainly takes a dimension away from them. But it is what it is, and we're going to go out there and get it. I do want to mention, with this whole COVID thing going on out there, we've had kids that have been sent home and not able to participate and whatnot. And we have one guy who came to us this year as a senior. He's a 6 foot, 185 pound defensive end, Gabe Wheeler. And we miss Gabe today. Hopefully he'll be back soon and back on the field, and hopefully we'll go beyond today. But I want to say a shout out to Gabe and thanks, buddy.
Okay, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. And here's the kickoff.
Fogarty with a kick down to the 5-yard line, and they fielded it, coming up the middle, and taken down about the 27, 28-yard line.
And again, the Bobcats have Kennett inside their 30. They've had the advantage of keeping and pinning Kennett deep throughout the whole first half.
Yeah. It looked like Brock Tanner was one of the guys on the tackle there, number 26. Brock's shown some real good stuff this year, running the football on offense and certainly playing some defense. So another good young one coming up. So here we go. We're in double tight formation with double wings in motion. Pitch right with number 7, and he is upended the line of scrimmage, and the ball's on the ground.
Looks like he must have gotten it back.
Yeah, I probably got it back, but he was tipped over pretty good. The John Bruley's running out on the field. Actually, John's walking out on the field, and going to check this kid because he went down pretty hard.
Yeah, he got 5 yards on that.
Yeah. So in that first play, it kind of looks like they may end up going to their strength, which I think is their size. And that was number 7, who's a good athlete. And they get that big line, and if they're going to just pound the ball, we're going to have to make some adjustments. But I have all the faith in Coach Lamb to do that, and Coach Sanborn. And these kids are tough. Plymouth kids are always tough, no matter what.
Oftentimes the teams they play against are bigger. Last year, the playoff game that was here against Alvern, when I saw the Alvern team come out in the field, they were a big team, and the Bobcats won that game. So,
well, number 7 is being helped off the field, which does not. He's actually walking a little bit on his own, but he's very tentative. So we'll see if he gets back in the game or not. It looks like it might be an ankle injury. But we're looking at 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4. Kennett's got the ball on their 33-yard line, middle of the field.
And again, Plymouth held them in no first downs during that first half.
Now they're back to double wideouts with looks like a wishbone backfield. Second back through, going for the corner. He's got some yardage. Nice run. They got a first down out of that.
And this is a big series for the Bobcat defense because, it's Kennett's first series opening the second half, and Bobcats hold that 7-0 lead. So,
yeah, we don't want to see momentum change at all.
Yeah.
And, if they go down and score, that's going to give them big. Looks like they're running the wishbone, not the way I was taught it, but second back through, up the middle, down to about the 45-yard line of Kennett. So not much of a gain. It's second down at about 7 from the Kennett 45.
Actually, this may be about the best field position they've had today.
Yeah, I think so. This wishbone, I want to see if they're going to actually run it. No, they're basically straight ahead with their players, and that was probably a pickup of maybe 1, maybe 2 tops. Maybe a knee went down. It looks like third down. So we've got split right, split left, wishbone in the backfield, quarterback's under center. And he's dropping back, short one to pass down the side, and looks like the ball was deflected. The line of scrimmage fell way short. So it's 4th down. And not sure if they're going to punt or not. Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt, which is probably the best thing to do at this point. Now, the dynamic in that backfield is going to change. If number 7 is out and number 4 is out, that kind of whittles down the potential they have as far as a running game goes. So I think they're going to probably try to rely more on that quarterback. And they set up in the wishbone, so you would think there's an option piece of that. Ball is snapped back. Punter punts, almost blocked again. Short punt. Oh, boy, and the rookie... Well, it was a fumble on the punt, and it looks like it's Kennett ball. Tough one. Dylan Welsh came up to try to make a scoop on it, and the ball dropped and bounced around, and Kennett got the ball. So they're now first and 10 on the Plymouth 35.
Yeah, that's tough. They had held them, and they would have had field position around the 30 maybe on that. So they would have had decent field position after holding defensively. So they got to tighten up right now. This is a big defensive series.
Well, you know, the inexperience is difficult because you're not quite sure what to do in some place. Right, Twins left, single back, quarterback in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's going for all the marbles and is picked off. Cody Bannon, looks like.
So that's tough for Kennett after...
oh, wait a minute. Or was it number 14?
I think... I'm not sure, but, you know, to have gotten that turnover and then turn it back over again.
Yeah. Well, this would have been better than their punt.
Yeah.
Because Plymouth's now on the 10-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 Plymouth. But again, turnovers are making the game a little squirrely. Got to get some consistency, hang on to the football.
Well, this is certainly not an area where you want to turn it over now.
No, we're in double tight ends. We're in power backfield. And straight dive to the right, maybe a couple, if that. You know, Kennett's got a very aggressive defense, and they react pretty quickly. We have a straight dive play that we've used to great success over the right and left tackles. And there's a play in there where the quarterback keeps it. And looking at how tight Kennett is, that might be something that would work here. Now Cody Bannon, he quarterback keep to the right, cutting up around the tackle area. And very short gain. We're looking at 3rd and about 8.
So the Bobcats need to come up with a big play here. Don't know if they dare go in the air this deep in their own territory. Because if they don't convert this, they'll be punting probably from their own end zone.
Yeah. This is where a quick kick sometimes could turn things around, take the pressure off. Double tights, we're pitching right. D'Ambruso, linebacker number 44, came in and blew that up and almost had Joe in the backfield 5 yards deep. He got out of that, and made it back maybe to the line of scrimmage. So we're looking at 4th down.
And about 9.
And it's time to punt. So I would imagine Kennett's got one guy back who's back on our Plymouth 40-yard line, and they're going to probably come after it. Looks like somebody from Kennett might have jumped on the snap.
Now Plymouth looks like they're moving back.
Or maybe it was Plymouth that jumped. Yeah, we're looking at that. So this puts him back even further. Cole's got to watch out for that end line because he doesn't want to step on that. But he does need to get the ball quick. They got 9 guys on the line pretty much. It's a good snap back. Cole's got it. He kicks it. Not a great kick, coming out to about Plymouth's 35-yard line. So it's going to be very good field position for Kennett, where they'll take over 1st and 10 from the Plymouth 35.
Actually, they came out of that about as well as they were going to. So we're kind of back to where we were after the fumble.
Yeah. So Kennett set up on the left hash. 1st and 10. Plymouth 36, I'm sorry.
1st and 10 from the Bobcats 36.
And they're in their tight formation. They've got a single back with 2 wings. There's motion deep and pitch. Plymouth's all over it. He may have picked up a couple yards. That was a toss left.
Carry on the carry.
And it didn't look like they didn't come out with the wishbone in that
No.
play.
No.
Warrington and Griffith on the tackle.
No, if you've got the right quarterback, the wishbone's a heck of an offense. You've got, triple threat there. You got a quarterback that can hand off, run, or step back and pass, and it can be. But you need the big tackles, and Kennett's got some big guys. So we're double split right and left, slot to the right, single back in the backfield blocking. QB is in the shotgun formation. Back to pass, a stop and go.
Oh, he's got a
throwing
guy
the ball.
wide
He's got a
open.
guy wide open. It's touchdown, Kennett. Number 14 bit on the fake. He did a down and out and then took off. Tough one. It was Colby Cross on that. He bit on that fake, and the quarterback laid it out there and ran into it. So quickly, we're looking at a 7-6 ball game with Kennett going for their extra point.
They I don't think had success on kicking up there, when they played up in Kennett. So I don't know how good a kicking game they really have here. So this is a big kick.
And it doesn't look like he's going to make that. Nope, no good.
That's big. That's big.
So we're looking at 7-6 in the third quarter. Plymouth will be receiving the kickoff, and hopefully we can get some momentum going for us.
Yeah, we gotta eliminate the mistakes. No question. That hurt us. So.
I think the other piece to consider here is how good a shape teams are in, because they get tired after a while. And I don't think that either team was really pressed. I think that the starters throughout this season had a lot of rest. You don't see a whole lot of injuries anywhere, though Kennett seems to have had one with number 4, the good running back that they have, the Cole Salyards, and then the second kid that went out, number 7, Noah Barrows. So, but pretty much kids are pretty healthy at this point in time. They haven't played a whole full season, so they're fairly well rested. And it makes a difference because they're going to go mano y mano here for 4 quarters. Someone's going to get real tired, so we'll see what happens.
And we're already at the halfway point of this period. It's about 6 minutes plus left. So this half is moving fast.
Return guys are back on the 20-yard line. Kicker squibs it down. Takes a nice bounce to Cole Johnston. He cuts up through the middle. Cole's nice return by Cole up to about our 47, 48-yard line. So we're in good field position, and let's hope we can put a drive together here and extend the lead.
That touchdown drive they had in the first half, they had some success with just that hard up-the-middle running game with some runs, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to that right now. Because what I think they need right now is a good, solid drive, take some time off the clock, and reestablish control of the game, which they did have.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. And here we are. We're in double tights. Power right, run, great run.
Was that Trider?
I'm not sure. I know that he had both hands on the ball, which is a good thing.
He got about 7 or 8 yards on that.
Yeah. I did not catch a number on that.
Good first down play, though, to get the kind of yardage.
Yeah, I believe it might have been Dan Brusco.
7, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, we're looking at 2nd and about 2. looks like here. This is what we need. We're double tights, and it is a full house left in the backfield. And we've got trap coming with Cole, and Cole is going to get the first down, it looks like, but running like an inside reverse or like a trap, and it's just it's not really opening up the way they have in the past. I think the last game that I watched last game, and they had like you could drive a truck through those holes they had, you know, and not so today. So we're going to have Trevin Sanborn split to our left. We got some breathing room here, 1st and 10. And we're coming out with a tight end right, full backfield to the left. And second man through, picks up a couple of yards, maybe 3. And that is number 20, Calvin Swanson.
So he got about maybe 2 to 3 on that.
Yeah. Well, my old football coach, Mike Walsh, used to say, fellas, 3.5 yards on a cloud of dust. We'll win, we'll win all day long, so. I just ran into a couple of old dogs from the Plymouth programs, Chuck Lenahan and Tom Underwood. It was great to see them. They're here watching the game, all masked up. So, double tights, full backfield to the left, quarterback, reverse pitch at fullback, weak side fullback, and that probably brings them up within a couple of yards.
Yeah, get some good yardage on that, get them down within 2 yards. And this is probably 4-down territory at this point, you would think?
Yeah, I would think so. You know, and the other thing, too, is that they load up on the left-hand side, and then they reverse pivots and handoffs to the fullback going to the back side or the weak side. A lot of times, defensive lines will shift down towards strength, and that play can open up pretty easily, pretty quickly. So we're looking at 3rd and about 2, possibly 2.5. And again, double tights, and we are loaded to the left. Quarterback.
Oh, he's wide open. Whoa, good run.
Okay. Cody Bannon on a quarterback keep, broke through for probably the biggest run of the day. And that takes us down to the 25-yard line of Kennett. It was a great run by Cody, great blocking. It was basically a kitchen sink left. They threw everything to the left side, and he followed along, and picked his holes. He did a nice job on that.
When he came out and said it looked like that was open for like a quarterback sneak or but Bannon was such a weapon last year with his running.
Yeah. So we're double tight ends again, and they're loaded up to the left. And Cody, same play Cody's got, but he got tripped up at the line of scrimmage. I think he got tripped up by his own blocker. Looks like Joe D'Ambruso went down, and Cody tripped over him, but picked up maybe less than 1, so it's 2nd and 9.
So they get the ball down inside the 25-yard line at about the 23.
Yeah. 2nd and 9 from the 22.
I thought I saw Cody limping a little bit coming off the field, but he looks fine now, and certainly going to need him and those legs to help us get to the end zone. Double tights again. Full backfield, strong right. And Cody's got the ball again. Cut through. Pretty good gain. Going to be close, I think, to the first down.
Yeah, it may be within a yard. Yep. Going to be about a 3rd and 1.
Yeah. Well,
this is the kind of drive they needed, Mike.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, this is good ball control.
Got it down to a minute and a half in the period.
You know, when you got a quarterback that can run like that, that gives you an extra blocker. You know, he's in the play and not out of the play after a handoff. So it's just that one extra guy out there on the corner blocking, it makes a big difference. So here we go. We're in double tight end formation. We're loaded up to the right. Cody's under center. Motion, the wing. And there goes Cole Johnston on the sweep, and he has broken a couple tackles. He's down, got a first down, and he's inside 10, I think. Mistake. Cody Bannon is out, and that was at quarterback would have been, I believe,
12?
Curtis Cross. Yeah. Cody's back in.
First down, and they get first down at about the 12, I think.
Yeah, first and 10 and 12. It's a good long drive.
And time-consuming drive as we're down inside a minute in the third period.
Double tights again. We're loaded up to the left. Fullback power. Bounces outside. He didn't get the blocks he needed.
Lost a couple on that.
They couldn't handle the corner on that, and he blew the play up. Made the tackle, so that was a loss of about 2. So we're looking at 2nd and 12. And timeout called, I believe. I don't know whether.
Yeah, they're coming over to the sideline.
I don't know.
No, that may be the period.
Or yeah, I guess you're right. Boy, time flies.
Yeah, I was saying this period is going fast, and kind of the play down on the left side to our left now, and the Bobcats are going to have a big play call here after that loss.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little advertising here. I don't know if you've seen the signs, but Plymouth Has Talent is going to be tonight at 6 o'clock. The Rotary is doing this for a fundraiser in lieu of the normal thing they do in the fall, which is the penny sale. And we have got incredible, huge talent in Plymouth. And at 6 o'clock tonight, you can go to the Pemmy Baker TV and maybe make it dinner theater. Take your trays in and sit up and watch the talent in Plymouth. But it should be a lot of fun. I think we've got a high school group involved in that as well, which is great. We had a couple of pretty talented acts that during homecoming. So, make time, 6 o'clock, turn off the news. Nothing there important anyway. So we've had too much news lately. So please tune in tonight, 6 o'clock, and watch Plymouth's Got Talent.
Yeah, it might be a little more exciting than counting votes at this point after a week of it.
I don't know. Somebody said to me in Vegas, geez, everything's 24 hours except when it comes to counting ballots. All right, so here we go. Plymouth coming up the ball. It is second and about 12 from the 14, maybe?
14-yard line.
And we're double tights, full house right. Motion coming back. Cody, they got wide open in the flats. He's wide open in the flats, and that's a touchdown.
What a beautiful call. That reminded me a little bit of that one a few years ago down against Bo. Mm-hmm. He was wide open.
Yeah. Well, what they did is they had 2 receivers over there, and the kids ran the patterns right because they were split far enough. There was one defender, and he couldn't cover them both. So he went with the deep guy, and you had your man in the flats, and 6 points. So that was a great call, great play, well executed, and that puts Plymouth up on top now, 13-6 with the foot coming on. I don't really even need to say the rest of his name. I think we know who the foot is. And he's going to be kicking the extra point here. Ball's down, kick, it's up, it looks good.
It's pretty good.
Absolutely. Sugarfoot. I'm going to give him another nickname, call him Sugarfoot. That's 14-6 right now. So up by 8 points, and we're in the fourth quarter.
Just started the fourth quarter. Nice drive by the Bobcats. They answered really well on that. Ran the ball well. Most of that drive in that last pass play was well executed.
Yeah, it was great. And that was really the kind of thing that they needed to do is stop going for the long ball because it's low percentage pass. And I mean, Trevin's done a great job all year getting that, and they're he and Cody are a good combination. But boy, you can take advantage of your back out of the backfield into the flat, and usually, as we saw, there was nobody there. So it was a great call, great time. And now we've got to really keep the hammer on Kennett if we're going to win, because they're going to be fighting their last fight. And if Plymouth can put another score on the board, that may just be maybe it. But I would not count Kennett out. They've still got a big offensive line. They got a very good quarterback and some good receivers, and it ain't over till it's over.
And they showed in that last touchdown they can throw the ball.
Yeah.
And you've said that the whole game, that they have the athletes.
Will Squibb kicks this one a little bit down to the 10-yard line. Got the ball coming up the middle, and he broke through. Got to make the tackle. Nice job. Nice job. It's the 50-yard line. A great return for Kennett. But I'll tell you what, that was a great open field tackle, and he essentially didn't tackle him. He caught him, but he stayed in front of him so that he got whacked, but he stopped the return. And I did not get a number on that.
No, I didn't either. So it gives them good field position to start this drive.
And here they come, and they are in under center, single back, two wings, double tights, motion to the right, and a little toss off to the running back, and comes through with about looks like a 7-yard gain probably.
Cody Bannon on the tackle.
Game has opened up here in the second half a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think, first half you kind of get your feet under you, see what the other team's doing. You make some adjustments at halftime. I mean, Kennett has gone to a different approach, and it's working better for them right now. So they're split left, single back, double wings, quarterback under center. Ball snapped, hands off to the fullback straight ahead. He's down close, maybe a little shy of the first down. I want to put a shout out to an old teammate of mine. He was captain of our team and one of the anchors on defense, Dennis Logan. And Dennis just sound that I'm having a good one. He wished me a Merry Christmas, too. Dennis is a good man, living in the North Country now. Here we go, double tights, double wing, motion right, toss to the man coming around, but they hold on to him. Okay, good. Bobcats are great at gang tackling, and they caught him for at least line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit of a loss. That toss they ran, the toss right, is pretty visible. You see it coming, and Plymouth was there. They were prepared and ready. Looks like he might have gotten a foot, 2 feet on that, so it's going to be 2nd and 9.5 yards probably. Again, double tights. We got two wings, fullback at center, quarterback under the center. And he's fullback handoff. They're just going to pound it straight ahead. And he's going to be short of the first down, but he's getting closer.
So it's going to be about 3rd and 4, Mike. They're down to 34-yard line.
Well, looking at that big offensive line of theirs and the running backs, you would think that this is probably going to be their best bet is to pound the ball, and hopefully, they'll tire Plymouth out and whatnot. But Plymouth's pretty gutsy, pretty tough on their own, and the kids stay in pretty good shape. So we're split left, double wings, fullback, quarterback's under center. Here comes motion to the left, fullback up the middle, pretty good hole. Looks like he's going to get the first down. So
they haven't called it.
They
yet.
might be
It's
a little
close,
short,
yeah.
actually. I believe they're going to measure. Ball's on the just on the side, this side of the 30-yard line, the Kennett side of the 30-yard line, the Bobcat 30. The chain crew comes out. Bunch of guys have done a great job for years.
I think he's got it. No.
No, he's short
he's
inches.
So close.
So we're looking at 4th down and inches. Big play here. Plymouth's going to need to blow him up. So they're going to go for it. We'll see what they do.
It's right on the 30-yard line.
This is a big, big play for Kennett. If they don't make this, it's going to be pretty disheartening. But we got split wide to the left, 2 wings, fullback, and quarterback under center. Whistle blew. Not sure what the deal is here.
Procedure
Looks like
against Kennett.
Against Kennett's 5-yard penalty.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
I'm sure they're going to go for it as well this time, but it's going to be a little more difficult. With you got to go about 5 or 6 yards probably, 4th and 6. Kevin Malm, one of the voices of the Bobcats, called 4th and 5. We'll defer to him. They also have a better view of things than us. But put a shout out to Kevin Malm, Todd Austin on the one of the timekeepers. We got twins to the left, one wide to the right. Quarterback's in the shotgun. We've got a slot to the right and fullback straight ahead. And he breaks through for a few more yards, but I'm not sure he got it. I
think he's a yard or so short.
Man, I think I'd have taken a chance with my quarterback. I don't know. Yeah. As football parents would say, they're moving the chains. Bobcats in possession of the ball. 1st and 10 from their own, looks like 32 or 33, somewhere in there. We're looking at 8 minutes, I believe, and 5 seconds left in the game.
And that, no question, Mike, was the biggest offensive play of the game.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah. And I know that the call on that was not, didn't turn out too good.
Well, the procedure is the killer.
Yeah. So here we go, double tight ends. Coach Sanborn staying in the power left here with the halfback and fullback carrying the ball, breaks through, and he's down almost to a first down, probably a little bit short of it. And that was run by number 19, number 19, Joe D'Ambruso, Captain Joe. Heck of a kid, great wrestler, excellent student, just a solid young man, and he's having a good year this year.
And it puts him in a short yardage situation on 2nd down, which is always good.
Gives you options. You could always run a play action and throw the ball, or you could just go get the first down, or we'll see what happens. I know that Coach Sanborn could do anything. Okay, so we're double tights. We're in a full backfield to the right, and it's a toss to, we got a holding probably on Cole Johnston, I think. That play did not go for any yardage to begin with, and I think we probably had a hold on the corner, which is going to put him back 15 yards. So Cole Johnston was looking at the referee and the official and talking to him. And
so they'll replay the down. It appears they have taken that penalty. So.
Yep.
So it's maybe about 2nd and 13.
Yeah. Yep. And I think they got to keep it between the tackles here. I think that's where they've had their most success, going pretty much right at these guys. And, of course, you might see Bannon with the ball on this. We're double tights, and we're set full backfield to the left. Cody's back to pass. He's got his man across the middle. Sanborn, who had it in his hands, got knocked out. Actually threw into double coverage. It was a great pass, but it was one of those things where, it was in Trevin's hands, but the defender had his hands in there too, so it was a great defensive play.
So chances are they'll come back and throw the ball again.
Yeah, I mean, third and 13 or whatever, they're going to have to get the ball up the field. So we haven't seen too many long runs, so I don't think there's anything in the repertoire that will do it. But They do have, I mean, we could see that pass for the touchdown. We could see that pattern again, which would be a pretty good idea.
Which might get them that yardage.
Yeah. So we're double tights. We are in a 200 formation with a halfback, fullback, and set man. And motion with the set man coming back this way. They're running back, and Kennett sets that corner and turns everything in where the pursuit is, and they just stuff them. So it's 4th down and about 12. They may have got a half yard on that, but that play just is not developing. The corner on that is set by Kennett, and it turns everything inside or strings it out. So they really can't go anywhere with it.
We got someone down on the field. I think it's a Bobcat. Just looking out there. Couldn't get a number. Bobcats coming over to the sideline now. We've got about just over 6 minutes. 6 minutes, I think it's 30 seconds or so to go in this one. One-score game, 14-6, Bobcats over the Kennett Eagles. So this could go right down to the final seconds.
A couple of Bobcats going out to help the player on the field. We get a number on that. It looks like it was a lineman. 55, I believe that's Trent Sargent. I'll just double check, see how the memory, 12, yep. And he is a senior, 5'10", 180 pounds, plays D-end, and he's a guard. He's a tough kid who's made tons of progress over his first 3 years and starts this year, and a great kid as well. So we're back to punt on the 15-yard line, and they have one receiver back at the 35. They're coming after him, but pretty good punt.
Nice kick.
Hits the ground,
and
a little bit of a roll.
The 27-yard line, not bad.
Yeah, well, here we are, and I'll tell you, towards the end of the game, it's always amazing how teams can score quickly when the money's on the table. Mm-hmm. And right now we're looking at they got 6 minutes to put. But they got to make up 8 points, so they got to go for 2 points if they score a touchdown to tie it. I don't think they've got enough time to afford an extra point to be down a point.
No, they'd go for 2 if they score. And that's always tough to make.
I think at this point, if Plymouth could get the ball back on a turnover or something, that it would kind of seal things up a little bit. But we got double tights, 2 wings, fullback, and the quarterback's under center. Motion away and down the sideline. Pass is thrown underneath to nobody. So,
and I would think at this point they're going to go to the air some because they're running out of time.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw in the warm-ups. Is I saw the quarterback putting the football on the money on the quick out and on like a hook, and he throws well. I mean, they've tried to go for all the marbles here, which is not proven other than the one time they did. But it hasn't proven to work that well for them. So we're tight formation now. Double tights, double wings, fullback, quarterback's under center. Motion coming this way, handoff, sweep, and Plymouth's going to stuffle that because they, again, these speed sweeps are not really panning out today. And Plymouth was there with a host of people, led by Joe D'Ambruso. I believe Cody Bannon was up there. And Charlie Como.
And we look like we got about 3rd and 6 on this. So another big play for the Plymouth defense. Down to 5.5 minutes.
Yeah. Again, double tights, double wings. Fullback behind the quarterback who's under center. Motion coming this way. Fullback straight up the middle, and he breaks through for a first down. So the Eagles stay alive. And they move the ball down to their 42. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Kennett Eagles 42 with 5 minutes and about 15 seconds left in the game. Again, double tights, double wings, fullback behind the quarterback who's under center. Motion away, fullback up the middle again. This time maybe gets 1, 1.5, 2 max.
And we're down under 5 minutes, so that clock is becoming a factor here. I don't know how many timeouts each team has, but they may come into play here as well.
Yeah, well, I think we've had one
Second and 8.
this half. Everybody, they get 3 a half. And I'm not sure if we called the timeout or if it was Kennett. But, it's, again, double tights. We got motion coming from the wing. It's that toss to the right. And this kid breaks it open, and he's on his feet down to the 35-yard line. And Kennett has been rejuvenated. That kid broke numerous tackles and kept his balance. It was a great run. Because a host of Bobcats certainly had their hands on him, but they just couldn't bring him down. So we're looking at 1st and 10 from the Plymouth 35-yard line. Again, same formation, double tights, double wings, fullback behind the quarterback under the center. There's motion to the right, and it's the same play. Toss again, but this time, I believe it's big number 77, who is Tyler Stokowski.
And 74 was in on that as well.
Yeah. So he gave him a big old kiss right there, and I think for about 1.5 yard loss.
I think Sean Griffiths was in on that. He got up after that as well. Yeah. They stuffed that one good. That's a 2-yard loss. Yeah. Needed that play right there. Yeah. Because Kennett was getting some momentum from the last couple of plays.
So we're looking about 2nd and 12. They're split now. They're going double wides. They double to the right, double to the left. Quarterback is in the shotgun. Fullback is back to block. And throwing a quick out, overthrown. This quarterback, who I think is a pretty good player, has been overthrowing the ball a lot today. And I don't know if the timing's being thrown off with the rush or what it is, but he's not been on the money today. And that one was covered pretty well as well. So we're looking at 3rd down now and 12. Boys have got 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And they're up by 8.
So they got to do it here, I think. They got a 3rd and 12. They got 2 downs to get this 1st down.
Yeah. And now the Twins right, Twins left. Quarterback is in the shotgun. He's got the fullback back there to block. Quarterback's back. He's got some time. Now he's coming up.
Wide open. Nice.
It almost looked like it was a draw play, quarterback draw, but because he had time back there. I do think there was good coverage on that too, though.
Yeah. And so they got a 3rd, or I thought this was a 4th. Yeah, it's a 4th down coming up. Yeah, there it is.
So looking at what, 4th and 6?
4th and 6 or 7 anyway. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of the play of the game here. They need to convert this, or they're going to be, Plymouth may be able to take over and run the clock out.
Yeah, I would say there's 2.5 minutes right now, and if they're able to get the ball back, there's timeout being called now by Kennett.
They know they need to convert this.
And the thing is, some people will say, hey, go for the goal line, go for the big pass or whatever. But, if they can throw something medium range underneath to get the 1st down, it's a higher percentage pass, and it's something that will get them where they need to be with a fresh start and keep them alive for a possible touchdown. And if they get to 2 points, we'd be tied. But definitely the odds are not in favor of Kennett right at this point. But that can change with one play, so. Okay, here we go. We got double split to the left, double to the right. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Fullback back to block. Ball snapped. Quarterback steps back. He throws an out pattern, which is caught, and it looks like he's got the 1st down.
Got it. Yeah, nice play.
Now that's what I was seeing before the game, is that out pass where he puts it right on the money, and the receiver bobbled a little bit, but he grabbed onto it. But the money was right on. The play was right there. Ball was on the money. And they can breathe again. So 1st and 10 at the Plymouth 25, it looks like. Again, they've gone back to the double tights with the fullback, 2 wings, and their fullback up the middle again, but he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. He may have picked up 1 or 2. But
I think they'll have a hard time running it in from here. I think they're going to have to go to the air.
well, we're under 2 minutes now, and
That's another reason.
tick tock, tick tock. So here we go. Double tights, double wings, single fullback in the backfield, and the quarterback's under center. Motion away, fullback up the middle again, but he pretty much wrapped up over on the right side of the Bobcat defensive line.
So it's going to be a third down and still a good 8 and a timeout
Well,
by Kennett.
Kennett's taken their second timeout, I believe, so they only have 1 left. I think Plymouth will have 2. And it could be wrong. I'm not sure who had the first timeout.
Yeah.
If it was Kennett, this is it for them. If not, they'll have 1 left. But okay, so Kennett has 1 left, and Plymouth has 3 left. But I'm looking at, I believe that's 33 seconds left in the game.
Is it 33 seconds?
That's-
or a minute 30? 1:30. Yeah,
1:33?
1:33.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Don't people, if you got excited, don't. I misspoke.
The sun's on that scoreboard, and it's really hard to read this time of day. It's pretty much hard to read any time of day.
Yeah. So this is pretty much what we expected, a real tough smash mouth game. There've been turnovers on both sides. And we're going to see what happens here. Plymouth's back on the field. Kennett's coming back. And again, it's third down. It looks about 8 yards, Tim, I think.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, minute 33. I would think they'd go to the air here in the next 2 plays.
Well, they got to cover some real estate. So we're double tights, double wings, fullback behind the quarterback under center. And there's motion coming this way. Fake handoff, inside trap, and
Nice call. Nice.
good call, good run. I don't have a good angle. They may not have gotten there.
No, they didn't get there. He's going to have a 4th and 4. Down at the 20-yard line, 4th and 4 with a clock running. Minute 14 and running.
Yeah.
So this is the game for Kennett right here. They need
In
to
comes
convert this.
number 6 and number 12 just came in. Brady Hooper is a quarterback. 12 is Atticus Fail. We could have something special going, a special play coming here.
They're going to the air.
They're going back, they're going to the air, and underthrew the ball. Underthrew the ball. I mean, not even close to the receiver. It probably landed 5 yards in front of him. And Bobcats just going to run the clock out now at this point. They don't have to do anything.
50 seconds or so left.
So, looks like we'll be here again, Tim.
Be somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe the opponent will be Lebanon. We're just not sure where.
Yep.
And it's probably next Saturday, I would assume. But
Well, we kind of like folks coming here.
yeah, we've declared it will be here.
Okay. So 1st and 10. Plymouth's got the ball, in control, 20-yard line. And all they got to do is hang on to the football. Yep. And Cody's taking a knee.
Real good game today, Mike.
It was a great
Hard
game.
fought,
Yep.
14-6, kind of what we expected.
Yep.
Kennett certainly took it right to the wire here in the last few seconds.
And I'll tell you, with Lebanon beating Bo 30-6, I mean, Bo was no slouch.
Well, you've got some teams in there. Sauhegan's win over Hollis Brookline.
Yeah.
63-34, I believe, was the final there.
Yeah. And Sauhegan,
tough clubs.
Yeah, Sauhegan is the real deal this year. They look like they're extremely dominant, and they're going to be tough, whoever faces them next. And but Plymouth Bobcats are the winners today. 14-6, a well-played game on both sides. Plymouth made their breaks and came out on top. So we're looking forward to next weekend and playing against a very good Lebanon team who's been just beating up on people as well. So we'll see what Coach Sanborn and Coach Lamb have in store for the.
Actually, Lebanon, one of their wins, they actually played a Division I team, Keene, and beat them, which you don't often see Division II playing Division I, but they did, so they're going to be a pretty good club.
Yeah. Keene has not been strong for a long time, unfortunately, because they had their day and they were very, very good. But still, like Division I, so you're going to get more kids, bigger kids.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that this Lebanon team is pretty, they're fire tested and they're pretty tough, and they shut Bo down, and that's hard to do. We've had a history with Bo that's been, pretty back and forth. And they're a good program, good coaching, good kids, and we've been fortunate most of the time.
Yeah, a couple big state titles against them. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's going to do it for us here from the Zulius Field. Plymouth Bobcats victorious today, defeating Kennett 14-6. We continue on next week against Lebanon. We're again not sure of the time and the location of that game.
And don't forget, Plymouth's got talent, and you can see it at 6 o'clock tonight on Pemmy Baker TV.